Isha, are you not there?
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening. I thought you just joined and not you're not there at all.
No, ma'am, I am here, but I was busy with my home kitchen.
I didn't hear you well. What is it?
Ma'am, I thought that time I was busy with my home kitchen.
Okay. All right. So why is your camera off? Switch it on, please.
Yes, ma'am.
So how was the previous week, this entire week? How did it go for you?
Yes, ma'am, it was good.
Okay. All right.
Yes.
Hmm. So you could see the uploaded lectures or there was still a problem somewhere?
No, ma'am, there is not.
Hmm.
I was just on the lecture.
Are you well, Bete?
Yes, ma'am, today I just came from there. That's why I'm feeling a little tired.
Yes, you're looking very tired.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
What about Parappa and Samuel? Are they going to join? Because everybody gave me a thumbs up, but I've dropped the message also, but I don't think so. They are going to be joining today or what?
Ma'am, actually, I don't have an idea, but before the class, before we trying to look at it, to join the class, then next, in today's evening around 6:30, Simon sir send me some informative slides regarding PPDP and that. So I thought he was maybe better.
Maybe. So what we'll do, we'll just start because I have another live schedule straight after this class. Okay, Bete? So we move on to today's topic, and it was a very important topic. And I really thought that if everybody joins, it would be good. Anyhow, we'll post the recording. Did you all get the recording for the previous lives?
No, no, it was not there.
Okay. So now gradually the process has started. Okay. They have started doing for all batches. Chalo beta. So we'll start with the PPT. Now you tell me whether the screen is visible to you. Can you see the PPT, bache?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am, it
Okay,
is
Isha. All right. So I'm going to navigate through the PPT now. We are going to be covering this lecture today. So the lecture that we are having today, the major thing of interest for everybody who all are there in this advanced level of professional communication skill. This is a very important topic, beta, because whenever you want to communicate in front of a large group of people, that's what is called public speaking. So a lot of people feel, that they have butterflies in their stomachs, they have the stage fright, and they feel that they are not confident enough to go onto the podium and talk. So today's topic is going to hover around all these key aspects of public speaking, how to overcome the stage fright, and how can we build confidence for handling such situations in a perfect manner. So the objective why we planned this session and why I have planned it in this format is, first, to understand what are the common causes of stage fright. What is the basic reason which causes stage fright? Fright here means getting uncomfortable feeling or getting scared. So, and then the next thing which I think we are going to be laying the stress on is, what are the correct techniques which we all need to learn and master if we want to manage the stage anxiety, the stage fear, before it overtakes and kills our confidence. Next is, bache, explore all the key strategies which are imperative for any good speaker to build confidence to face a large number of people and deliver a talk. And Towards the end, I also want to come out with certain activities where you all can take part. To practice speaking in a supportive environment is also going to be up on the list of learning in today's session. Moving on, Bete, we'll first start by understanding what the dictionary describes stage fright to be. What exactly is stage fright? So the dictionary would make it very clear to us with the definition itself, which states that stage fright is the fear or anxiety which is associated. Associated means related with speaking in front of an audience. When you have to deliver something in front of a large number of people, then the kind of fear some people experience, that is termed as stage fright. Now, what are the common symptoms of stage fright? Generally, people who are under this kind of stress to face a gathering to speak, they usually complain, or it is observed by the experts, that they will have symptoms like sweaty palms. Their palms would start sweating. They'll feel as if their heartbeat is just racing out through the window. It's really fast. They'll also experience the mouth going dry, and also sometimes can feel that their voice is very, very shaky. So these are a few symptoms which the people who experience stage fright would encounter. Now, why does it happen? Why these issues like stage fright? Okay, Samuel just dropped a message. He'll join within 5 minutes. So I'll still continue. He can maybe watch little later. So why it happens? Why do they have to encounter such an anxiety? Why this happens? There can be multiple reasons for one to develop stage fright beta. It can, first of all, fear of judgment. Okay, some people might feel that, oh, I'm going to go onto the podium and I'm going to speak in front of people. I don't know how will they take me when I deliver my viewpoint. How will they, what will be their viewpoint towards me, and how will they judge me? So the fear of judgment is a biggest cause of stage fright. Another major part which leads to stage fright is, another major cause is lack of preparation. So say suppose I have to deliver a lecture to you all and I am not prepared. I am bound to have the performance anxiety in front of you all, because I know that I do not know my content well. What if somebody asks me something and I am unable to answer? So many a times, lack of preparation also causes stage fright in the speakers. And sometimes it's neither of the two. Neither there is a fear of judgment, nor there is a lack in preparation, but there can be another major cause which causes maximum stress in most people around the world, not only related to stage fright, but everyday life situations as well, which is overthinking. Thinking too much, stressing out too much, putting too much of energy in creating negative thoughts. So, overthinking can also be a factor which can contribute to the huge occurrence of stage fright in many people. So we move on and we'll have a look at what stage fright exactly is. So on one side, I have listed the cause. On the other side, there is this girl who is kind of popping her eyes out because she has to be speaking, and the other one has kind of fainted only. So those are the effects, though little exaggerated, but this shows the kind of terror or fear it can create in the mind of the speaker. So first we'll move on, touch upon the causes. So as I've already mentioned, inadequate preparation, major point first on the list, most important.
Can you
Next thing,
please remote your screen?
हाँ बच्चा,
Can you please remote your screen?
beta, your voice is not clear at all, beta.
Ma'am, I'm saying, can you please remote your screen?
Nah, bacha, I
There is
can't
no
hear you.
signal.
Can I zoom out the screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Okay, I'll just try, bacha. Let me see. Let me try. Yeah. Is it clear? Isha, is it clear?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So first we'll do the causes. So first one, as we've already discussed, bache, is inadequate preparation. When we are not prepared well and we have had it over the mic, it is impossible for anyone to deliver something effectively. So inadequate preparation is one of the major factors. We've already touched upon it, and see, it is topping the list that shows maximum time. This is the cause. Next is the fear of being judged. This fear always lurks on our mind because we feel that we are the center of the universe. It is not like that. Don't give yourself so much importance that people will have so much time that they'll go on judging you. So, even if someone has all this free time to judge you, their judgments will not make your confidence go high. It will only harm it or break it badly. So, just ignore this. That is another way to deal with this kind of a scenario. Next is unfamiliarity with the audience or the environment. When you are supposed to speak to a large number of audience who are absolutely alien to you, you've never met them, or you are supposed to go and deliver a content in front of an audience in an environment which you have no clue about. So obviously you will find yourself kind of in a shaky situation where your confidence can be little topsy turvy. So that can be another factor which can take over and hence cause stage fright. Next is lack of knowledge about public speaking. Now, public speaking is an art, it's a skill, and there are ways we master it. So, the ones who are effective speakers, they know what are the correct ways, what are the correct techniques. And a novice, a person who has not much exposure to public speaking, will always be in a dilemma how to walk onto the podium confidently. So there is another reason, which is that we do not have our exposure to public speaking. So we are not capable of handling situations which can arise during a lecturate. Now we move on to feeling of inadequacy. This is one feeling which is causing so much of unhappiness in today's generation because we always keep on comparing ourselves negatively. We feel there is a void, there is a vacuum in our life, and others are better off. So, this feeling, if you'll have on stage and you'll think the other people, the audience, or the other speakers are better than me, you will always feel you are inadequate. If you have this feeling of inadequacy in you, then the chances are you will never be confident. And you are not confident, a situation like public speaking is not meant for you to be handled. Then the fear of unknown. You're all prepared, all okay, but you still have that anxiety to walk up onto the podium. Why? Because you have this weird fear or a feeling in your mind. What if something goes down? What if while I'm speaking and I fall down? What if while I am talking and I faint? This is the fear of unknown. I don't know what will happen. How will people react to what I'm saying? So, what is all this? This is the fear which is nothing but, what would I say? It is just a something in your mind which you are feeding a thought which does not maybe exist in the real world. So it's again a part of overthinking. Then is negative past experiences. Now, sometimes what happens, people have tried walking up to an audience and tried to deliver something, say, suppose. And for any XYZ reason, the talk didn't go out very well, so they were not applauded in the way they were expecting to get an applaud. But anyhow, this experience have taught definitely something to them. It has taught them something. But we don't take the teaching together. What we feel, oh, I failed miserably. So my daughter is small, and I often tell her, there can never be, you can never lose. If you are in a battle or you are in a competition, you never lose. You either win or you learn. So this is a very important philosophy which you should take in life, that no matter what happened, maybe you were not very successful in the beginning, but you did add something to your milestone of the journey of public speaking. So even a negative experience which has gone wrong, has not been so bright or well appreciated, would have added something to your experience, Kitty. So do not overthink on that. So now we move on, and now we see what are the effects of your fear or anxiety, or as we call it, stage fright, on the mind. Now saying, now this girl says she has to speak or sing, and look at the way, her face expression is. It is just showing that how shocked she is, right? As if she's seen a ghost. Her eyes are popping out. She's tongue tied completely. She cannot speak anything. Why? Because the effects of the stage fright is, it will first cause nervousness in a person. You go nervous. Then you might feel that you are reluctant now to speak. You don't even wish to take up the challenge to speak. Why? And then the next thing what you'll see is, you'll feel your heart is kind of, beating way too fast, a very fast heartbeat you can experience, and that can lead to anxious breathing. Definitely will lower down the levels of oxygen in your body, causing dizziness or shaking. So these are all the side effects of being in hyper anxiety or in hyper stage fright situation. Now, what can be the other effects? Now, these are some advanced effects which can be seen in extreme cases. One can be fight or flight. Now, what is the flight or fight reflexes of the body is, either you just go ahead and you're like kind of absolutely, tongue tied, but you just don't know how to move. You are just frozen at a point. And flight is, you just leave everything and you run away. You don't even want to look towards the audience or the podium. Next is cold hands and feet. So hands and feet go absolutely cold because you are really nervous at the moment. Fuzzy side. You start looking at audience as if everything's going blur and hazy. And then all this, because it's contributing to the anxiety levels of your mind, it is going to give you a very high BP, which can even cause one to faint or lose a balance. So we can see that happening in the second image. Now we move on. It is so terrible, my God. Now we move on to the techniques which we can adopt so that we can take over the fear of stage fright out of our minds completely. So here it is. Feeling better starts now. When you are prepared to attend to a large audience confidently, then you have nothing to fear. So feeling better would start if you have your preparations about the content you are supposed to deliver spot on. So for that, research on your topic thoroughly. Spend time. Do your research work. Gather as much as information which you require before you stand up to talk about something. Then it is also a very good idea that once you've prepared your topic, you can have multiple rounds of speech practice in the comfort of your own home, where there's no one judging you. You can practice it by recording your audio or by creating a video of you, delivering that same speech. You can stand in front of the mirror, your best friend, and go on delivering the speeches. Look at your expressions, watch your tone, see how effective you are with your hand gestures. Prepare yourselves and rehearse n number of times if you wish, so that you have that confidence. No, I've already conquered it. Already I have done my part well. Next is visualization. Now, visualization is a very important technique. And these days on Insta, all the healers, they talk about visualization. Visualize this and it will come true. Visualize that and universe will bring it to you. So that up to a great deal might be true. But the power of visualization works definitely every single time, because it is in a way signaling, a picture is being sent to your brain which signals your brain that this is going to be the outcome of the situation, which motivates you to perform even better. It does not create it out of magic, but then because you are picturing yourself being successful on stage every single time you practice, then your brain gets in tune to the idea that no, I can handle it very well and we'll be successful in this venture. So picture yourself succeeding on stage. Next is breathing exercises. Always calm yourself down, no matter what pressure you are dealing with, no matter how big the audience strength or size is. Calm your nerves down, because anyhow if you are rattled from inside, you cannot deliver your best no matter how well you are prepared. But if you are uncertain or uneasy from inside, that is going to be reflected in your thought process, in your delivery. Okay, so it's going to ruin everything what you have put already in preparing to come up and speak on the podium. So calm yourself down, calm your nerves down, bring down your BP, be in the positive frame of mind, gather your thoughts well, have clarity in your thoughts with deep breathing. After that, step out on the podium when you are absolutely ready. Next is positive self talk. Very important. So, I told you in the beginning of the session that the major worries around the world are all created in our minds. They don't exist even in reality. So we are too much into negative thinking as a generation. We are too much into overthinking as Gen Z is, because there's too much to, compete with others. So we always feel we are inadequate. Replace all these negative thoughts. But why? Because the more negative you will think yourself to be, it is impossible for your mental strength to go on fighting it endlessly. Beyond a point, your mind and your thoughts will surrender and they'll agree that, yes, I am worthless. Because every time you say, oh my God, he is so much better than what I am, oh, I just can't do it, they do it better than me every single time. So you're telling yourself all the time, you're reprimanding yourself, and you are bringing down your own confidence level. So replace all that. Instead of just talking negative about yourself, or rather thinking also negative about yourself, go on to using better sentences or affirmations like, I am prepared well, I can do this with ease. So these thoughts will boost your confidence level and will make you feel positive and in control of the situation. So now we'll have a look at how to be a complete and effective speaker. First is your planning, then you structure your content. Next is your voice, the tone, the way of delivery. Then comes your body language, very important. Then is word picture. Adding some humor in the content will keep the interest of the audience totally with you. And then towards the end, you can make some notes and then move on. And your speech is going to be a win-win for you as well as for the audience, because they'll take away a lot from what you are planning to deliver to them. Now, next is building confidence. Very important. How do we build confidence? All said and done. Get up, go, speak. But how do we build confidence? So, for building confidence, what is the imperative things? Free your voice. Most important. Don't choke yourself. Free your voice. So start talking in front of small gatherings. Start small. We have to start with baby steps. When a baby is born, he does not run immediately here and then he doesn't run. It takes time. So you take one step at a time and start taking small steps. All right. So speak in front of a small audience, maybe with a group of your friends, or maybe some members of your family. So with a smaller and a friendly audience who will be all ears to what you are speaking. Then focus on the message. What is the message that you're wanting to convey? So concentrate on delivering some good, important value or content to your audience. And just do not go on that I have to dramatize the whole performance. No. The message has to be of some value, some worth, so that audience do not feel cheated sitting through your lecturate. Next is body language. Always, when you are standing in front of a group of people or an audience, your body language should show that you are nothing but all full of confidence. And how do you do that? Stand tall. Make sure your vertebrae, your backbone is absolutely straight. Maintain eye contact. And that does not mean a confronting eye contact, a pleasant eye contact. Use gestures to emphasize certain important points, but don't overuse your gestures because that can make it sound too loud. Then comes feedback. You, after deliver whatever you want to deliver, you should be open to receive some constructive criticism from your audience. Everything might not go well at all times, so you should be ready that if there are some faults which or some things, a few things which have not gone well with the audience, and they are going to give me a feedback. So don't go in a defensive mode. Don't come out with a sword and try and fight it out. That how are you criticizing me? No. Take the criticism as a constructive criticism and work on improving what all are the areas which you need to work on. Next is structuring a speech. Very important. Now we are going to be structuring our content is of prime importance. So you start your speech by taking introduction into attention first. So start with a hook or a grab. We've already done that, hook statements. So start with that and grab the attention of the audience. Then we come to the major content where it's going to be delivered. That's called the central body of the speech, as we've done for the presentations beta. And towards the end, you will give a brief conclusion, which is going to be a strong summary of the entire gist of what your speech was all about. Okay. And another tip which I want to really add on here, and I hope it's going to be beneficial for all of you who are here for the session, is that we have to practice transitions to maintain a flow. Very important. You can't abruptly, start with introduction and then say, now I'll tell you about the body, then we move on to conclusion. No, it all has to be moving effortlessly. It should be all like, a symphony of a song. It should just keep on moving. Transition should happen in a very soft and a gentle way. It should not be abrupt. So this is what the structure of a speech looks like. I think I've really zoomed a lot. Yeah, better. So this is how the structure of speech beta looks like. So public speaking foundations are, there should be a purpose for your speech topic. You should select the topic which you need to research about. And also you need to do audience analysis. That is this topic appropriate for this audience, or it is not age appropriate, or it is not work appropriate, or it does not gel well ethically with them. So you have to do audience analysis before you start with the public speaking topic selection, or rather you complete that process. Next is speech preparation. And how do we prepare our speech? First and foremost, research. Then what you have researched, organize it into important pointers or content pointers, as we call them. And then gather some supportive arguments, some facts to support the content which you have gathered through your research. Next is speech practice. You need to practice before you step on for your major day. How do we do it? It is verbal delivery, very important. So you need to be very clear in your pronunciation. Your tone has to be proper. Also, when you are speaking, your body language, how you are using your hand gestures, all these things with the verbal delivery are very important, as they come as a segment of non-verbal delivery. So your tone, your intonation, the choice of your words, vocabulary, phrases is all verbal delivery, and body language and body, these are your non-verbal cues for delivery. And ultimately, when you can put all these together, effective public speaking is not at all a dream. It can be easily conquered by anybody. Anybody. As I told you, it is just a skill, and skill is supposed to be mastered. So, anybody who takes the right steps, goes through the right process, can reach the epitome of being an effective public speaker. So, there are some tips for advanced speakers like you all we have in the group. Use storytelling to engage your audience. Now, that doesn't mean ek tha Raja, ek thi Rani story. No. What I mean storytelling is take cues from the incidents of past. It can be something related to your past incidents in life which have occurred, or important personalities, how they encountered a similar situation. So narrate a story or an event from past experiences of someone, or maybe even your experiences can fit in here to keep the audience engaged. Vary your tone, very important. Just do not maintain a flat, boring tone, because if the tone does not have intonation, audience would start yawning, they'll start looking here and there, will start checking their cell phones, will not be interested in hearing what you have to offer, because your tone keeps the interest alive. Also, your pace matters a lot. You should maintain a decent pace if you are delivering a speech. As I always say, when you get the podium, you are the center of attraction. Everyone's willing to hear you. So pace yourself accordingly. Now, do not pace it so fast that nobody can comprehend what you are saying. And don't make the pace go so slow that people would say, Array, when will you finish? So you have to maintain a decent pace of delivery so that everybody understands and everyone is able to, keep their interest alive in what you are speaking. Next is adapt to the audience by observing their reactions. Very important. You must keep an eye as a speaker at your audience. If you see that they are getting bored with something, or they're just not understanding what you're trying to deliver, you can rephrase the whole thing. You can upscale the level of delivery, or you can bring the scale even, it can be a low key to make it match to the wavelength of the audience. Next is handle your mistakes gracefully. We are all humans. You make mistakes, I make tons of mistakes. But the fact remains, when we acknowledge that, yes, there is a mistake which has occurred, pause, think about it, smile that, oh, okay, fine, you've agreed to it in your hearts of heart. You don't have to make it public, and you can just continue. Okay, instead of just starting fumbling, now what do I do? I've made a mistake. No, it's just a part of the process. So as they say, mistakes are stepping stones for success. Remember that. So take them in your stride and continue. Now we come to overcoming the challenges during speaking. How do we overcome? So losing track. If you are losing track of what's happening and what you are speaking, gather your thoughts. And how would you gather your thoughts? You should pause, take a few deep breaths. It's absolutely fine. And then the notes you have already made, so refer to those notes. It will bring you back to what you were trying to deliver. If you encounter a difficult question from the audience, never mind, you've done your research well. Acknowledge the question, understand it, and try and answer it calmly. But in case you really don't know the answer, you can just say that I'm going to get back to you. Give me a little time. So that would make it very clear to the audience. They are also smart because they are sitting through your lecturate. So they'll understand that you need a bit more clarity on this before you can deliver the answer to them. So that's absolutely fine. Next is technical issues. In case there are certain technical issues crop up, because we these days depend heavily on technology. So you should always have a plan B in place. A backup plan is mandatory. Always. So what if my laptop doesn't work? How will I have my PPT run through for the class? I should have the same one ready on my phone. What if my phone battery goes away and I can't run the PPT? I should have the same one ready on a pen drive. So you should always have a backup plan to help you be more confident that you can handle a crisis situation well and stay composed. As they say, it is Murphy's Law. You know, when you are prepared that nothing would go wrong, something would definitely go wrong. So it's all right. It's all right. You're just a human. You're not God. Chalo. So now with this, I think it's time to move on to some impromptu speaking activity. Now, you all will have to be speaking something, and the content is in front of you. So, the first one is okay, we have all three of you. Very nice. So, persuade your audience to support a new team project. And Parapa, the first one's for you. How will you pursue your team or your audience to support a new team project? You're a team leader, a new project's been given, and you have to ask the audience to support you all with that project. Parapa, are you there?
Yes, ma'am, I'm here.
Hanji, would you like to take this up?
Mm, yes, ma'am.
Yeah, start, please.
Actually, content is not coming in my mind, ma'am. No.
Okay. Isha, you want to try a hand at this?
Yes, ma'am, I can. But
Try.
the third one is more like I like the third one, topic third.
Okay. Daniel, you want to take the first one?
Yes, ma'am, I can, but ma'am, could you please give me some idea how to pursue my.
Okay, so now, first of all, you have to start with the introduction. Okay, so you can mention it to your audience that today you stand before them uh, with a new project which is in the pipeline and you require their support to make it a huge success. Then you can talk briefly about what the project is and then ask them why their support is important. And then towards the end, just tell them that with their support, what all can you achieve together? This is how you frame it up.
Sure, ma'am.
Hmm.
I actually in the SSB, I also practiced one thing regarding this that is called CT in command task.
Yes.
And in command task, they will the GTO will provide me to subordinates. May I start along with this
Yes,
way,
yes,
ma'am?
yes. Please, please, please.
Good evening, friends. GTO task has assigned me a task. From that task, I have to start from this starting line and reach that finishing line. In between, I have the three helping material: rope,
Very
balli,
nice.
and pata.
Yes.
Gentlemen, chest number one, please take up the plank. Gentlemen, chest number four, please pick up the balli. We have start the work. Gentlemen, give the way. The process is like going well, ma'am. And after reaching the final destination, I will provide them. Thank you, friends, for your coordination. See you again, ma'am.
Very good. So this is one task delivery which you've done. But if you have to deliver a speech, you have to add more to it. All right. Bit more about the project, that why it's important and why you are starting it and why you are a reliable person and why should they support you. This should also be a part. All right. Chalo. So Isha, you can take up number 3. Parapa, are you comfortable with number 2?
Okay, ma'am.
All right. All right. So because Isha's opted for 3, so Isha would go first because she's got topic of her choice. Parapa, you get some more time to just go around and prepare
Okay, ma'am.
it. Ji.
Am I audible, ma'am?
Yes, bacha, you are.
So the topic is my approach to resolving a conflict at work. So suppose the conflict occurs by the misunderstanding of one subject topic among the students. So I am taking the example from there. So friends, if we are studying together, then definitely there might be various chances of occurring, like we have our own perspectives and own knowledge. So definitely there might be some chances of occurring misunderstanding between us. So let's resolve it. So finally, firstly, I go by listening the thought of each person. Then after that, moving forward, I'll listen all the points from each and every candidate. Then I point it, make a chart in my mind. Then after that, uh, I just jot down all the points which are resembling with each other. Then after that, I pointed out the mistakes, like what a particular candidate is giving to me, like first candidate, second candidate, and the third candidate.
Hmm.
And I try to resolve all the issues, like whatever they misunderstood about the topic, and what I like. Everyone has their own perception. So what I perceived from that given topic,
Hmm.
and if I found that problem is occurring from the field which I understood better, so I try to make them understood from what I understood from the topic. So in that way, I try to resolve all the issues. So that's what I.
This is how you're going to handle the conflict situation. That's absolutely
Yeah.
fine. All right. So, but the topic is conflict situation at work. You all have to listen and then choose the topic correctly now. We are already into some weeks into the learning journey. Parapa, next is for you. Discuss a current trend in your industry and its impact.
Okay, ma'am. I am ready to presenting the ma'am MES work, ma'am.
Perfect, perfect. Anything related to your field of work and its impact, a current trend. Chaliye.
Okay, ma'am. Uh, Jahan to all. Today I am discussing about today's e-tendering means electronic tendering works, which
Hmm.
are going in our sector. But day to day it is improving itself and going the difficult in tendering. Like outsourcing, maintenance, and capital LBW, much more works are there. So how to handle the works and how will give a tender to the contractor. So
Hmm.
in our industry, day to day going maintaining, outsourcing, and capital work, sanctioned work, minor works, much more work is going. But in electronic tendering, there are different places. Persons are appealing to the contract. But what we are today discussing about main main impact is that who are the local persons try to give the tender to them because the work too easy and handle easily in a sector.
Hmm.
If someone is taking the tender from Delhi, we are working in a Nagaland, but there are, as per rules and regulations, we have to give a tender to them because they are a tender. They are giving a bid,
Yeah.
lowest bid. But
Okay.
how to work there? They are living in a Delhi, and work is going in Nagaland. So that's why we are discussing and we are making the rules and regulations and terms and conditions new by our SOP and by our office. So I would like to say and I would like to discuss about with the team. With the team, give your points, give your some discussion points to create the SOP per contractor per contracting. So as soon as they give points, I will mention and make a SOP and give a terms and conditions in outsourcing and maintenance and sanctioned work. So today is the going a discussion in our industry, ma'am.
Very good. Very nice. And you've taken it up very well, Parappa. Very nice.
Thank you.
Okay. So we now move on to the Next slide, and that has little bit more of activity in store for us. Let's see what's there. It is now the final takeaway of what we have done in today's class. So the activity would be, you would be telling me what are the final takeaways for you when it goes to public speaking. Isha, what do you think was your takeaway from today's presentation?
Ma'am, from my side, am I audible?
Yeah, you are. Please go on, Bitte.
Uh, Ma'am, can you please first tell me the meaning of takeaway?
Takeaway is what is one thing that you really thought that you've learned in today's presentation and it has added to your handling better of this topic.
Yes, ma'am. From the slide you have mentioned like uh, the things you can use while when you are on a podium or on a stage or in the front of unknown audience and
Yes,
you had given a task which you really don't know about. So in that situation, what you need to do, like first you if you are not getting the point effectively, then stop it down. If you did some mistake, then there is nothing to worry.
yes.
Be confident on yourself. So this is the thing.
Very nice. And Parapa, आपके लिए what was the takeaway from today's presentation?
According to me, ma'am, both are main and both are need for the preparation, ma'am. So and speaking in as per my experience, and I given the presentation in 2000 sorry 15 November this last 15 November, ma'am.
Mhm.
I got a host in my unit. And as soon as completion my the batch 21 training within a week, I got a detail for the host per
Very
rising day.
nice. Yes,
Currently,
very nice.
more than 700 to 800 people are sitting around me in a
Hmm.
ground, and I was only one person on the stage.
Very nice.
And it's before sir was saying me, sir, sir saying me about your voice, experience, confidence, whatever. Kept in my mind. I practiced more time, ma'am. I made more than 50 videos
Very
per day.
nice. Yes,
Yes, yes, after, ma'am, I speak very well, public speaking and managing stage, and my mindset, voice, confidence, everything. I didn't lack anywhere, ma'am, anywhere.
very nice. Very
And I
nice.
didn't know about the Hindi words also, how to use the words. As much as I am using the English words, I didn't know about what is the meaning of Hindi. Because I came from a South Indian, I don't
Yes.
know what is the meaning of pure Hindi. And I
Yes.
don't know about a rating also. And personally, I write much more time, more than 15 to 20 times, and I practice that word, and I made 50 videos, ma'am. Yes, after
Very good.
I presenting the everything, ma'am, it was good. Though
Yes.
maths, according to me, ma'am, it both are need for the
Important.
taking.
Yes. So absolutely. And what was the takeaway for Saniul out of this today's lecture? What do you think added value to your handling of public speaking?
Sure, definitely, ma'am. It is a wonderful session, ma'am. And I have as soon as I joined late, but ma'am, whatever I learned from this session, I wanted to one takeaways from this, ma'am. Whenever we stage fear inside me, I will take a long breath, ma'am, and
Yes.
I tell myself that I can do it. I am prepared.
Yes. Absolutely. So I feel that all three of you are agreeing to the summary which is on the screen, that public speaking is nothing to be afraid of. It is just a skill. You can acquire it, you can polish it, and you can master it. It's only a matter of practicing and preparation. Now, the second one is managing stage fright is nothing. It's not a difficult or uphill task. We have fought better and harder battles in life. So it is only about preparation and having the right positive mindset. So never underestimate yourself, prepare yourself adequately. Next is confidence comes from focusing on delivering content of value to the audience. Because when you talk value with your audience, they will value each and every single second that they are spending with you. So when they are engaged with you, it will give your confidence a big boost that yes, I am on the right track. So your content should be catering to the needs of the audience you are talking in front of. So these are the important pointers which I thought we should draft to refresh, to summarize everything that we covered today. So we now move on to the next part, which is the doubt clearing session. Now, tell me the previous week's lectures, everybody's got content was all right. Did you people find anything which requires little bit more of clarity from our side? Then do let me know. Isha, any problem with any of the content, any key point you thought was not explained very well?
No, ma'am, there is nothing like that.
Okay. And Sanyul, what about you? You could see all the lectures, I hope, with the work.
Yes, ma'am. Last two videos I had not seen, ma'am, yet, but
Okay,
I
never
will
mind.
see soon, ma'am.
Perfect. That's
And
all right.
there was nothing, ma'am, difficulty to understand. Everything was cleared and easy to understand.
See, the module you all are enrolled for, it is something which is applied skill. Okay, we all know this. It's only that we just need to have more clarity towards the same concepts. All right. So it is nothing which is really out of the box or absolutely new or you have no exposure to. It's only that is hiding somewhere. We have to bring it out to our focus. All right. Parapa, did you find time? And how's your mother, Parapa?
Mother treatment has been completed today, ma'am.
Okay.
तो जैसे मैंने आया घर पे मैं पहली क्लास में बैठ गया मैम हाथ पैर धो के
अच्छा.
और कल ही
Okay.
मेरा घर पे शादी था मैम कल ही खत्म हो गया दोनों मेरे को एक ही बार आया मैम
हाँ, because you were saying ना आपका wife के घर में शादी है and you have to handle all of that.
यस मैम
Yes? चलो,
यस
good. Good. So
दोनों आज
whenever you,
यस मैम
हाँ,
आज मेरा कंप्लीट हुआ मैम आज से मैं फ्री हूँ मैम तो
no
मैं जहाँ
problem,
पे जब भी
Parapa.
मेरे को टाइम मिला मैम कहीं मैरिज
बिल्कुल.
में कहीं हॉस्पिटल में उधर ही मैं वीडियो देखते रहा मैम मैं
हाँ,
नोट
हाँ.
नहीं किया मैम लेकिन ठीक है मैम मेरे को ना मैं इजी अंडरस्टैंडिंग हो रहा है मैम
Okay, clarity आ रहा है ना?
यस मैम यस
All right. चलिए. So with that, now we are going to be finishing the session. Now, on 31st, we do have a live. Okay. So if you are planning to party, we are going to reschedule the live. You can do the poll and we can put the time in a convenient slot. But please do not miss that live. It is not related to SSB, but it is going to have some curveball questions which will make the brain go really teased. So I want everybody to join that 31st wala live. Do not miss it. You can schedule your party after the live. Otherwise, my 1st January ko schedule karungi session. But I want everyone to take part in that. All right. Chaliye. With this, there's a Jai Hind from my side. Good luck. Continue with your zeal to make
Ma'am,
yourself better. Hanji beta.
Ma'am,
ma'am,
Hanji.
I have one question for you.
Ha, tell me.
Ma'am, I want to know that from the day of starting, the day when we started taking the session, till that time or till now, what you have experienced, like what is your thought about all three of us?
Okay. My
Yes,
thoughts
ma'am.
about all three of you.
Regarding our preparation and all what you have
Okay.
observed.
So we have a new batch rolling out tomorrow for intermediate session. And I and Colonel Ravi were talking that how will we host the session. So he coins the name of Isha, Parappa, and Samuel and say we can give them a presentation and ask them to share their on-ground experience with learning program at Soldier Unplugged. So this is what we think of you all, how capable you all are. Do I need to elaborate on it anymore?
No, ma'am.
Or does it say volumes about how good you people are and how nicely your journey of learning is continuing? For us on this side of the screen, it is very, very, for my side, I am very contented with this lot because none of you need a push. You all three have a motivation deep inside which keeps you regular into the content and into the lives. So keep
And
that
ma'am,
in mind.
about our graph, like is it increasing, declining, or
You tell me your graph has gone up or it's the constant or it has dipped down. Tell me.
yes, ma'am, absolutely, it goes up.
It goes up. So that's where the
Yes.
answer lies. Parappa, for sure, I am sure the kind of positive person he is, the graph has gone up, Parappa, or is stagnant? Is the same.
व्हाट वुड आई से मैम एक्चुअली ना 30% मैं बार बार 30% का ही सोच रहा हूँ कि उसी दिन मैं जर्नी भी कर रहा हूँ मैम कि मैं वापस
Oh
ड्यूटी जा
my
रहा हूँ
God. Okay, we can do it on first. Never mind.
नो प्रॉब्लम मैम आई विल ज्वाइन कहीं मैं कहीं भी रहूँ बस में रहूँ या ट्रेन में रहूँ मैं आई विल ज्वाइन
Nahi, you will not be allowed to get into the area where the link is breaking. You will have to take part in curveball questions. It's not anything related to heavy topics. They are going to be very different questions. Maybe, selling a comb to a bald person. How will you do that?
जब से
I've
मैं
got questions like that now lined up. Samuel, what about your graph? Gone up, stagnant, or gone down?
Ma'am, there is not, I don't think anything is getting down. Whenever it should be motivation, it should be learning or whatever it would be, ma'am. It's
Yes.
always up, ma'am.
Very nice. So that should be the spirit. Life should always be upswing. Okay. So this is what we think of three of you at Soldier Unplugged, and we are more than happy that in our first batch we've got you. Chalo, my batch has started at 8. Children have started knocking. All right. Jai Hind, and
Thank
thank
you, ma'am.
we shall meet now across for the next live. All right. You can all leave the
Then, ma'am.
meeting, please. Jai Hind.
देन
Thank you, ma'am.
Ria, you can switch this off. Ria, are you there?
I'm here. Yes,
हाँ
ma'am, I'm
बच्चे
here. I'm just
हाँ
switching it off and I'll just.
yeah, the live for the other level now.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.